enhancing highway safety, flood protection, and public education. And we're no stranger to enhancing fun, family outings, and even game time. Ackerman Esfold, working to enhance your everyday life.
Our initial reaction when we realized he had 2 broken bones was fear. Then once we realized and got a plan with Trinity and our doctor, a lot of comfort.
He told me that he can fix my arm, and he showed me a lot of stuff that he could do to help me.
Trinity Health Orthopedics is as good as you can find anywhere in the country. A lot of us take pride in that, and that's why we stay here and we keep doing what we do.
Trinity Health, making more possible.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
At Ryan Buick GMC, we treat every day like game day.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen, on 2. Ready? Ready.
We know how to get you in the right vehicle.
Bucanyons, and hut, hut.
From the test drive to the handoff, we make every step easy. This season, start your drive at Ryan Buick GMC.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change-anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
Welcome inside the Valvoline Instant Oil Change pre-game show, as it is that time of year. Can you believe it? As it is time for the WDA tournament, and it's coming your way on the PSP Plus on Thursday. But here is a little bit of a taste, a little sampling, as only 2 spots remain to fill out that bracket, and one of them is going to be decided right here in Dickinson tonight. It is a WDA play-in bout between Williston and Dickinson here on the PSP Network tonight, and we welcome you in here at the West River Ice Center on the Charbonneau Rink. I'm Brock Widener, joining you on the PSP Network tonight in Valvoline Instant Oil Change pre-game show. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, your locally owned oil change headquarters. For 25 years, Lundine's taking care of people. Local actually matters. It's a drive-through oil change, typically formed in 15 minutes or less. You can find them in Minot and in Bismarck. It's Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Well, we got a little bit more than 15 minutes. So maybe, hey, we got a little bit more than 15 minutes to puck drop. You can go get a oil change and then come right back and enjoy this one on the PSP Network tonight. I am pumped. The WDA hockey tournament is my favorite tournament to cover, and I think we're going to have a fun one here in the play-in between Dickinson and Williston tonight. But before we kind of start getting into the nitty-gritty here tonight, let's take a look at what is the PSP schedule. This week, we've got some hoop action coming your way tonight as well on the PSP Network. MLS taking on Surrey, as well as Girls Hoops District 8 Championship Round is tonight on PSP Plus. So if you didn't get that subscription pass already, or if you did, hey, Championship Round, maybe just a little bit of a reminder, going to be a big-time matchup later on tonight. Number 1 in the state Flasher taking on number 2 in the state Central McLean to be the district champions. I don't get that very often. Should be a fun one. A lot of action on Tuesday for some AA hoops. Bismarck versus Dickinson, Minot High, Mandan, St. Mary's Century, as well as Jamestown, Minot North. And, of course, if you're a hockey fan, the WDA hockey tournament in Bismarck at the VFW coming your way on PSP Plus. Make sure you go and get that subscription pass. We're going to have all 11 games, 4 on Thursday, 4 on Friday, and the 3 to send those 4 teams to state on Saturday on PSP Plus. Speaking of PSP Plus, there is your packages. 15 tournaments coming your way already. 1 down, so and almost another one will be down tonight, so we'll be down to 13 tournaments at the end of the night. But still, make sure you go in and get in on that Premier Pass, $75. You can watch back the other tournaments as well as last year's action as well. So, hey, make sure you go and get that Premier Pass. A lot of great games, and again, that WDA hockey tournament going to be on that on Thursday. Well, let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we are going to look at the tournament bracket for the WDA tournament. 2 spots yet to be filled, but those will be filled tonight. Williston and Dickinson in the 8 versus 9 play-in game coming your way here tonight.
When disaster strikes, you need help fast. At ServPro, we're on the road within the hour, ready to restore what matters most. Our certified technicians arrive prepared, backed with decades of experience and advanced tools to handle any challenge. Inside, our team gets to work, quickly assessing the damage and getting straight to work. So you can breathe easy, knowing trained professionals are here when it matters most. Call ServPro in Minot, Bismarck, or Williston today.
So Carson, how do I become a great football player like you?
Well, practice and having a professional team to answer the call and handle anything you throw their way is also important.
Hey Carson, thanks for teaching crew about community banking at First Western. First Western, you can bank on us.
Craving something real? Fuel your day with goodness that tastes as amazing as it feels.
At Blissful Bee Juicery, we serve fresh, cold-pressed juice and smoothies. Nature's best in every sip. Nourish yourself with our vibrant acai bowls with fresh fruit and granola, power bowls, protein balls, hummus, parfaits, and carrot cake. Blissful Bee Juicery. Pure, simple, blissful. Now in 2 locations on North and South Broadway.
Dear valued customer, I'm Jared Lundeen, owner of Trusted Tire and Auto. Around here, winters can be long and roads can be rough. That's why you deserve a reliable partner. We carry premium tires installed by our certified team of experts, and our total car care covers it all, from brakes, transmissions, diagnostics, and more. And trust, we know it's built through real local connections, even small things like a handwritten thank you. Choose us for trusted service that goes the extra mile. Sincerely, Jared.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
Welcome back into the Valvoline Instant Oil Change pre-game show as we start diving in to the WDA tournament. Let's take a look at that bracket on your screen. Again, make sure you head on over and get the PSP Plus package to watch the entirety of the tournament Thursday through Saturday this weekend. Well, here we go. Minot United will take on the winner of this game on Thursday, and that will be the early game. That will be the first game on Thursday, slated for 11 Central and 10 Mountain there at the VFW. Then 30 minutes later, it'll be Mandan versus Century. Legacy will play the winner of either Botno Rugby or Hazen Beulah at 4 Mountain, 5 Central there on Thursday. And right now it is pointing in the direction of Botno Rugby as they're in the Lumberdome in Botno. And at the end of 2, the Braves lead the North Stars 4-1 as the Braves got goals from Caden Bristol, Landon Siemens, Oliver Sweet, and Gavin Barch. I think they've got a goal scorer from Botno, a goal scorer from Rugby, and a goal scorer from Granville. So 3 different towns being represented in the goal sheet column there for Botno Rugby as they lead there. The lone goal for Hazen from Owen Cattermas. And then Jamestown and Bismarck round out the slate. And just a couple of little notes there. I mean, this is going to be a really fun first round. I think Mandan and Century is going to be a really good matchup. You got 2 incredibly good goaltenders on Mandan, and then Noah Hammer as well for Century. I think it's going to be a good goaltending matchup. But you kind of got Century, who's really peaking at the right time. They had a slow start to the season, and now with a big win against Legacy is what they're coming off of into the tournament. They have a win against Dickinson. They have a big building block to try to make some success there. Minot United's been that team to beat all season. Legacy's been right in that echelon as well, but an injury to Harrison Johnson, the second to last game before the season. We'll see if he is able to play in the WDA tournament for Legacy. That's a big question mark around the Sabres. He did not play in their last regular season game against Mandan, but see if he's ready after a week's rest. Again, he is the leading point producer inside the WDA. And if they play Botno Rugby, as signs are pointing towards, they played each other in the first round, and I believe it was a 1-0 or a 2-0 game. If it was 2-0, there was an empty netter. If not, it was a 1-0 game, and it was fantastic there in the first round in the Mesa Arena last WDA tournament. Then Jamestown Bismarck, notes there. I think that's going to be a really good goaltending matchup. I mean, Owen Dieter for Bismarck taking on Leif Hansen for Jamestown. Could be a lot of good goalie matchups there. I think Mandan Central could be really fun there in the goalie matchups, associated in Jamestown and Bismarck. But overall, I think we're going to get a good first round, and it's going to be fun to see what 4 teams, because I think the parity this year might be second to none. A few notes in that WDA tournament. I mean, 5 straight years, the last 5 years have saw 5 different winners. As you take a look here Last season, Minot picked up the win. Their first championship since 2006. In 2024, it was Dickinson's first ever title. 2023 was Legacy's first ever title. 2022, Jamestown won it. And then 2021, Century won it. So it will be one of those 5 teams, or will someone else get in on the fun and make it 6 different tournaments with 6 different winners year after year? Well, now let's kind of talk a little bit about these play-in teams. Again, Bottineau Rugby, the last time they missed out in a WDA tournament was in 2016. Dickinson, last time they missed a tournament was in 2022. Williston's last miss was in 2023. And for Hazen, they haven't been in a WDA tournament since 2016. So that's kind of what's on the line there for these play-in squads. Last year, the results, well, Minot was the champion, Century was the runner-ups. Then you had the state champs or state qualifiers, Mandan as a 4 seed and Bottineau Rugby as a 6 seed. The 3 seed Legacy missed last year. Despite beating Bottineau Rugby in the first round, then they would lose their next 2 days and just miss out on state. So those are a little bit there. And for these 2 teams in Williston and Dickinson, I mean, you're right now in this play-in game and you're going to be an 8 or a 9 seed. But don't hang your head because, hey, the low seed, they can make the state tournament. That's nothing that's unfamiliar inside the WDA. In 2025 last year, Bottineau Rugby got in as a 6 seed. Dickinson ended up being the WDA champs and going to state as the 5 seed in 2024. Now, no underdogs won in 2023, but in 2022, Mandan went to state as the 9 seed. So maybe if you're a Williston or a Dickinson fan, your ears might perk up a little bit because, hey, it can be done. You can go through a play-in game and you can make the state tournament. I mean, it's happened before with Mandan in 2022. Will it happen again here for Williston and Dickinson? We'll have to wait and see. In 2021, you had 2 underdogs kind of make it into state in a 6 seed in Bottineau and Williston as a 5 seed. So a lot of fun things to kind of keep a little eye on. So other little notes as we take a look at it. I mean, as the season is now officially done in the regular season, there was 31 WDA regular season games where the games were decided by 1 goal. I mean, 31. I mean, that just shows the parity. Everyone played close. Everyone was able to play within a close game with each other. So I think it's going to be a really fun tournament. And 9 different WDA players finished the year with 30 or more points. Again, Legacy's Harrison Johnson led the way with 47, and he got injured the second to last game. Hopefully we'll be able to see him on Thursday. And then Jamestown's Leif Hansen as well as Jacob Walsh from Mandan each had 4 shutouts. Owen Dieter and Noah Hammer from Bismarck and Century, respectively, each had 3. So a lot of great individual and team performances this year. But, hey, now it's time to start taking that look in that route to state. And the WDA tournament, again, coming up on Thursday. You can watch it on PSP Plus Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And, hey, not too late to get in on the PSP Plus giveaway. Winner is going to be announced on Wednesday, live on prime time. So if you haven't already, go and follow us at PSP Network on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. Make sure you like the post that talks about the giveaway. Tag 2 friends and get a bonus entry if you already purchased Premier Pass. What's on the line there? 55-inch Amazon Fire TV, a Premier Pass, as well as a Galactic Pizza from Planet Pizza. Well, let's take another break, and when we come back, we're going to start diving into talking about these 2 teams, Williston, Dickinson. We'll talk about it more when we return on the Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show on the PSP Network.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
At Ryan Buick GMC, we treat every day like game day.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen, on 2. Ready?
We know how to get you in the right vehicle.
Bucanyons, and hut, hut.
From the test drive to the handoff, we make every step easy. This season, start your drive at Ryan Buick GMC.
We want it all. We want our dog to fetch it.
Drop it.
And drop it.
Drop it.
We want to fix it ourselves. And actually fix it. We want to order the market price lobster. And know the market price of the lobster.
How much is... Whatever the market says.
Sadly, we can't have it all. Except at Sport Clips, where we check in with the pros in men's hair and totally check out with pure, uninterrupted relaxation. Sport Clips. It's a game changer.
Welcome back in. Here at the Valvoline and Oil Change pre-game show. Locally owned oil change headquarters. 25 years, Lundeen's taking care of people. Local actually matters. Well, it's time to start talking about these two squads. And these two teams, they played each other recently, but you date back all the way to their first meeting. And it was on December 5th. Can you believe it? What was that? Almost 3 whole months ago? So this is a match they played on December 5th. Then they played on January 27th, and now again here in February. In that matchup in December, it was a rough and tumble matchup to say the least, and I actually ended up clipping some highlights, so let's throw them on your screen here. And this is their first meeting when they played here in this barn, this rink, so everything's going to be pretty much the same. Both teams are going to wear the exact same jerseys that you see on your screen right now, these highlights that they will play on tonight. But in this game, it ended up getting a little physical. I think it ended up being in the second period where this game really just ramped up the emotions. And I'm curious to see if we're going to get into that same avenue tonight. You got an incredible kind of a goaltender tandem on both sides. I think goaltending is going to be key. Obviously, you need to have consistency in between the pipes tonight on either side. But it's going to come on to the different sources of offenses as well. I mean, there you see a breakaway attempt for Blaze Maher. He goes to the backhand. Big time save for Aaron Olson. And it's going to be, for Dickinson, it's going to be maybe who's going to be in net tonight? It's going to be Aaron Olson or Parker Roars. I mean, Parker Roars has been kind of on a hot streak, you would assume right now. You're probably going to roll with the hot hand of Roars. Olson played in this game, was fantastic in it. And then Roars played Williston later on just a couple weeks ago and got the win. But there you see Williston struck first in this first meeting. After starting, it gets, again, a little bit more physical as this game continued to pick up. But Williston, I think, is, with their advantage, is speed and skating. I think when you really look out to breakaway attempts, Carter Suki, a Blaze Maher, I mean, that's going to be your bread and butter tonight. You're going to want to see if Dickinson can make a mistake. You get a steal, you go up the ice with Maher or Suki, use your speed to advantage, stretch the ice, and maybe get a nice little breakaway chance against Roars tonight. So I think that is going to be your bread and butter if you're Williston. And hey, look right here. Dickinson can do the same thing. They can go out and get a breakaway attempt as well. There was Knox Dahlberg, who was our Sport Clips MVP of the contest that night with an absolutely incredible save. But as you watch him, just a lot of breakaway opportunities back and forth. And this is what really ramped up the pressure between these two. Caleb Jansen ran into Knox Dahlberg, and then a little later on into a shootout, and sniping it home was Blaze Maher to win it for Williston. So that was, again, earlier on in the season, back in December 5th. They went to a shootout. Williston got the better end that night from two incredible goalie performances from Aaron Olson and Knox Dahlberg. Shots that night, though, favored Dickinson 29-21, despite Williston picking up the win. Then you flash forward to just a couple weeks ago, January 27th, where Dickinson gets outshot 28-34, but picks up a 3-1 victory. So maybe a common theme right now is if you get outshot, you pick up the win in this series. I mean, I don't know if you want to get outshot. You'd like to have the more shots, the merrier, but right now, 2 games at least, the team that has been outshot has been in the win column. Again, 2-1 earlier on in the year in a shootout for Williston, and then in Williston, it was a Dickinson 3-1 victory. Let's start talking about players to watch tonight, and hey, let's start it off with the visitors. The Williston Coyotes, your point leaders for the Coyotes. Carter Suki, 14 goals, 11 assists, 25 points on the year. He leads the way. Blaze Maher, 7 goals, 7 assists, and he was one of those money makers there for Williston when they beat Dickinson here in this very rink in December, where he had an assist and the shootout game winner. Kane Shannon, 6 goals, 8 assists, 14 points, and Jason Rustin has 5 goals, 9 assists for 14 points. For the Williston Coyotes this year, it's a team that averaged around 2.8 goals per game, letting in around 3.8. They have a power play percent around 23%, penalty around 75. But a team that has a little bit of depth to them as well, though. 19 different point getters, 12 have 4 or more points, 5 have double digits, 15 different goal scorers, and 5 have 5 or more goals, including Suki, Maher, Rustin, and Shannon. But again, this is a team that has some speed on that first line. We'll see if they can use that to their advantage tonight and try to stretch the ice. And a big thing for them as well is their power play percentage, a little bit better than Dickinson's as well. Power play around 23% compared to Dickinson's 10%. Well, now we'll take a look over at the Dickinson Mavericks, as Dickinson, 8 wins, 13 losses on the campaign, coming off of a loss against Century last week before they won earlier in the week against Bismarck that helped them momentarily jump up to the 7 seed before Bottineau Rugby would beat Jamestown on Friday night, and that would put Dickinson back to being the 8 seed in this tournament, but ending up hosting the Williston Coyotes here tonight. But for Dickinson, we'll take a look and get those point leaders on your screen for Dickinson. Rylan Miller, 10 goals, 11 assists for 21 points. Tatum Streeter's got 15 points, 9 goals. And Captain Kaysen Grohl, 13 points, 6 goals on the blue line. I'm looking for him to really be kind of an X factor in this game. I really like the speed that he carries from the blue line and able to really have that zone entry and have some clean zone entries from that blue line. So look to see if he can create some offense from the back end for Dickinson. And rounding out their top 5 in points, Dylan Gross has got 12 points. Colin Bolts has got 11. They're averaging around 2.3 goals per game, giving around 3 per game. Power play has been kind of the weakness and Achilles heel right now for Dickinson, but if they can get a power play goal in this game, it could go a long ways. Right now, 10% on the power play, and they're 0 for their last 24, seeing if they can get it back going. But their last successful power play was against Williston, as it was a goal from Tatum Streeter, assisted by Caden Cheddar and Kaysen Grohl. Well, now we're going to we'll take a look at the goalie stats when we come out. We'll get a nice shot of each goalie a little bit later on. But taking a look at the big kind of note here is it's the 8 versus the 9 seed, and Dickinson gets to host. And yes, when they played each other in Dickinson, Williston won, and when they played in Williston, then Dickinson won. But you still want to play at home. I mean, a lot of people would rather play at home than make the bus drive, and also today there was no school, so that also kind of plays in a weird kind of factor as well. So for them, a little bit kind of more that uniform routine. Don't have to jump on a bus today, and kind of enjoy the day a little bit, where Wilson had to make the 2-hour bus drive out here to the Dickinson area. But you take a look at how these two teams did and where they got that extra point. You take a look at, hey, Dickinson won 4 of the 6 points available against Wilson this year, and they had 2 more points in the standings than Williston. So having that overtime loss and then winning in regulation really went a long way for Dickinson to get this kind of home seed game here tonight for a play-in for the Rights again to play Minot on Thursday. This Williston team, they've stole a point against the number 4 seed Mandan this year. They also had 2 points against Dickinson, 4 points against Hazen. They took 3 against Bottineau, and then they swept Bismarck with a pair of overtime wins. for the Mavericks. They picked up some nice little point days against Hazen. They took all 6 points against them this year. They had 4 against Williston, 3 against Botno Rugby and Bismarck, but went pointless against the top 5 seeds in the WDA tournament. Well, there you see on your screen, Parker Roars. And hey, why not? Let us throw it on the DHS goaltenders. Parker Roars, 6 wins, 9 losses, a .299 goals against average, .911 save percentage, and 1 shutout on the season. And one of the better goaltending tandems inside the WDA with him and Aaron Olson. 2 wins, 4 losses, a .280 goals against average for Olson, and a .912 save percentage for him. I mean, he's been absolutely, both these goalies have been absolutely fantastic when their numbers been called, and really their numbers are almost identical, so kind of getting that same play from up front. Now we'll take a look at Williston tonight. Knox Dahlberg, he got the shootout win against Dickinson in December. Dahlberg, 6 wins, 5 losses on the campaign, a .348 goals against average, .885 save percentage. Colin Schefferling is their backup tonight. 1 win, 7 losses, a .375 goals against average, .877 save percentage, 1 shutout on the season there for Schefferling. Well, let's meet the starting lineup for the Williston Coyotes as their starting forwards. The sophomore Jackson Lupke putting up 5 goals on the campaign. Jason Rustand, a sophomore forward with 5 goals as well. Then rounding out the forward group will be Carter Suki. He is their leading point getter with 25 points on the campaign. He has a goal and a shootout goal against Dickinson this season. In the back, in the blue line, Gavin Douglas, the senior, and the junior, Noah Anderson, the blue liners to start. Douglas leads all blue liners with 11 points. Anderson right behind him with 9 on the campaign.
Also a junior wearing number 3, Dylan Gross.
Now we'll meet the starting lineup for the Dickinson Mavericks. Dylan Gross putting up 12 points on the season. Tatum Streeter, the junior, having 9 goals, 15 points. Rylan Miller, the alternate captain and point leader, with 21 points. And in net tonight, again, Parker Roars. Well, let's head on over to tonight's national anthem here at the West River Ice Center for tonight's WDA hockey play-in matchup.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, I ask that you please rise. Remove your cap and place your right hand over your heart. Stand at attention for the playing of our national anthem.
That was tonight's national anthem here on the PSP Network. Big thanks out to Valvoline and Soil Change for bringing us tonight's pregame show, and we are ready for the WDA play-in game. Winner will take on the Minot United on Thursday at the VFW in Bismarck at 10 Mountain, 11 Central in the 1 versus 8 seed. These two teams played each other again earlier in the year. December, they played each other in Dickinson. It was Williston winning 2-1 in a shootout. They played each other here late in the season. in January 27th, and it was Dickinson that came away with a win in Williston, 3-1. So the season slate, dead even. Well, the one to give the little bit of a tiebreaker of the situation on the season has some big postseason implications to keep your season on the line. You win, you're guaranteed 2 more games on the year. You lose, you gotta start thinking about next year, put in the work during the summer. As Streeter going to go into Rustin in the face-off circle, give it out to Streeter and Dickinson as Grohl sends it down. Dahlberg puts the paddle on it. Quick extension out for Suki. Suki finds Rustin. Carves his way through into the neutral zone. Backhands one, scooped up by Dylan Gross. And Gross will play it to Emmert. Emmert has a goal against these Williston Coyotes in this very building. Back in December, he was the lone goal scorer for Dickinson against these Coyotes. As they'll leave it around, Lupke to Rustin. In the corner, tried to center a feed for Suki, who's kind of cutting backdoor towards the puck and not able to convene on that chance there. Douglas, pestered by Miller from behind. Miller's got a stick on it right to the side of the net. No dangerous chance there. Couldn't quite get a shot into the direction of Dahlberg. Hobbling puck goes up and over the stick of Maher. Fanning pass attempt taken away by Blaze Maher. Maher tries to go to the outside. He's going to be shoved down on the boards. Nice work there by Cheddar defensively. An extension pass to Davis, and it's going down for an icing. Big thanks out to Minot State. The best way to predict your future is to create it with over 100 areas of study at Minot State. You'll earn the degree for the career you desire with more than 96% of recent Minot State grads employed or continue their education. MSU grads get jobs, period. Minot State University, be seen, be heard, be you. Dickinson wins the draw on their own end with 15:47 to go here in the opening frame. Trying to pass one off the boards, but quickly set back into the Dickinson zone. As Pocus patrolling the area, trying to poke check one away. As Dickinson extension pass, high on the horse, here is Bolts, and poked away last second by Dahlberg. Seeing if that's going to set it up here for Nicholas Bender to go coast to coast. Bender poked away by Spillman, gets a pass out, weaving through his Pocus. Shoved in the boards. Right to Zunic, fires a shot, pad save, rebound chance, another save for Roars. Williston pushing here early. Starting to try to flip this ice and pressure one of the best goaltenders right now inside the WDA. Dickinson needing a line change, and helping them do that is David Barkley, as he's going to take that puck all the way down and buy enough time for his teammates to go for a line change, and now he'll go for one himself. Grohl, he'll go and get tripped down by Bender with a little bit of a hip check there, sending down Grohl to the ground. Bender snapshot, turn around, fire it down the ice. Hand in the air for Roars, and 14:28 remaining here in period number 1. A scoreless hockey game. 2-2 your score. Or 2-2 with shots on goal, excuse me. There's a shot there of Dickinson. And first-year head coach at the helm, Chad Miller, trying to lead his team into the WDA tournament. His first year as the bench boss. Streeter loses his handle. He'll be shoved along into the boards by Ospel. Work in, a nice little play there by Suki, avoids a check. Miller pokes in the direction of a fellow Maverick and Streeter, but goes past Tatum and right to the Coyotes. Suki, it's got some help. Emmer doesn't realize what's happening. A line change. Grohl trying to buy some time, helping out for another defender to get there as Suki sends that one high and wide. Streeter tries to play one into the neutral zone, well fended away on a diving attempt by Rustin at the end of his shift. And it looks like we have got a stoppage of play with 13:45 remaining. There's Williston. Goes by Brad Fedorenko. This Williston team last year made it to the WDA tournament. Both these two teams did. I believe Williston was the 7 seed. Dickinson was the 8 or something along those lines. As that puck creamed by Roars. He'll touch that one up, or allows Robidoux. Extension pass, it gets away and down the ice. Both these two teams trying to find a little bit of rhythm here early on. And you got the intensity high. With it being a play-in game, you want to make it into the WDA tournament, but also, again, you didn't have school today, so it also kind of throws you off as well. Finding the routine. I talked to a lot of Class B football coaches in the past, and especially early season, week one, where you have teams that some teams have had their kids go to school week one and some didn't, and they have always preferred that their kids did go to school that week of the football season, just so they're kind of in that routine of things. As into the neutral zone, Spillman tries to avoid a check. He's hit into the boards by Tesoro, and now here comes a snapshot shuffled aside. Good opportunity for Brody Smith and the Coyotes, who've had the better of the chances between these two teams here in the first couple of minutes. Betchy Vilas skates without the puck, as it's going to be right there by Noah Anderson. Made the start from the blue line tonight. He'll flip it down right into the right corner. Pocus comes away with it. He'll try to weave his way through traffic, and now taken away and shuffled over by Emmert. Emmert's pass sent right back where it came from, and Grohl now will have to slow things down and set things back up. Bender almost gets to the puck right in the slot. Almost was gifted a big opportunity on a silver platter. Here comes Betchy Vilas. It's going to be icing. Yes, just passes there, as Betchy Vilas could not win the race as the puck crossed the red line before he could get there, and we'll go right back down the ice here for an icing. Parker Roars, he's had some tough looks here early on. 4 for 4 for the junior goaltender. Saving around 91% of his shots he's been faced with this season. And Dylan Gross, shot out of a cannon, fires a shot. Does it go in, or is it an incredible save for Knox Dahlberg? And it's the latter. Dahlberg somehow comes away with it. Gross was kind of celebrating, waiting to see. Had to wait and just look how that one was going to go. And no, somehow makes an incredible save. Dahlberg does it again. He just had so many highlight reel plays when they played each other last time. A New Sports Clips MVP back in December. We played here in this very building. Seeing if he can bring that same charm here for the Coyotes tonight. As Streeter, tough angle, fires along. Spillman tries to keep it in the zone, cannot. Have to work to the neutral zone, hits the break, spins around Lupke before getting absolutely dropped by Rustin. Big time hit for the sophomore forward. Miller buying time. He'll creep forward. Now he'll play it off the boards. Streeter in on attack. Played back quickly by the Coyotes behind their own net. In a dangerous situation. Bauman now will have to play it along the boards, trying to get it out of their own zone. Now Dickinson starting to flip the ice in their favor. And offsides, if they have to touch back up, will Dickinson. Good effort for Streeter now. Williston catch him on a break, and another pad save. Suki robbed point blank by Roars. That's what we saw in this first meeting of these two teams, of just waiting for your opportunity, because it's going to happen if it's a bad line change or just a puck that gets between the two opposite defenders and you're off and running. Seen a little bit of that here early on. Dylan Gross had a chance, and lately Carter Suki for the Williston Coyotes. 10:42 remaining here in the first. Face-off one. Max Davis plays it along the board, tries to carry him along it there. Dickinson peeling it away. Still Max Davis centering a feed, not going to quite get there to Montoya. Grohl keeps it in momentarily. The captain gets by him into the hands of Anderson. Anderson gets it back. A nice feed. Another save for Roars. Anderson to Maher, back to Anderson, but Roars stands strong for the Mavericks. Maher in the corner. Maher Try to feed that one out to Pocus. Goes right to a Maverick. The smooth skating defenseman Grohl will send that one on an edge. As they go for a line change, and Thomas Miller are going to try to provide some pressure on the Coyotes. But they'll quickly get out of their own zone. Blaze Maher. He's got some help with Shannon behind him. Shannon absorbs the check, comes out of the pack with it. Shannon leaves it on to Bender, firing a shot. That one in to the netting. It's almost like a basketball game of runs, yet we're scoreless, but you had Williston have the better chances right away. Then Dickinson gets a couple nice chances. They start to tilt the ice, and right back to Williston tilting the ice in their favor. Face-off won by Williston. Rustin leaves it onto the near side. Lukey sees that puck get out of the corner. She'll play it right back to where the other opposite corner where it initially came from. Suki lays in a body check. That allows Lupke to come away with it. Tries to play it to the blue line. Bender quite not at his post there. And will send it back in, but sends it right to a Maverick, Rylan Miller. He avoids one check, could not avoid the second by Rustin. He pokes it loose. Suki, saucer past Rustin, up and over the tape of Rustin. Cheddar plays it off the boards. He'll get it right back. The speedy Caden Cheddar saucers one into the corner for Miller. Miller, feed. Cheddar fans on it there. The alternate captain spins around a check, could not quite get anything to go there for the Mavericks, but they'll regain possession at mid-ice with 8:34 remaining in the first. Suki off the boards. Here comes Bender. He gets closer to the Dickinson bench. He'll send it right into the Dickinson bench with 8:25 remaining on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Locations throughout North Dakota, Minnesota, and Arizona. BNC National Bank provides you with banking and wealth management services for your business and family. Visit BNC Bank online today at bnc.bank. As Frankie Montoya wins the draw against Brody Smith for the Mavericks. Davis could not hold in that initial pass to him cleanly, so he'll have to skate around Smith and leave it back behind him to Emmert. Emmert finds the tape of Colin Bolts. Bolts just firing a shot. Oh, nice little save there for Knox. Dolberg had clean vision and right into the glove. It was almost like something you'll see on baseball where it just finds the glove. Didn't have to do anything spectacular, put out the glove, and it goes right in there. We'll try this one again at the face-off circle. They'll try a new Coyote in there to go against Montoya. Montoya wins the draw right to Emmerd. Emmerd tries to slide that one across, and a shot there not gonna hit the net, goes far and wide. Emmerd. Nice pass. Bolt sends one on the ground. Rebound opportunity. Puck kicked into the corner. Firing from a tough angle. Not going to quite get near the net. As Wilson doing a good job getting in front of the way, helping out their goaltender any way possible. Emmert back into the zone. Fires another one from the blue line. Kicked in the corner by Dahlberg once again. Shots have now evened their way back up 7-7 as Dickinson has had the last 4 shots on the board with 7:17 remaining. It's taken away. Shot saved once again by Roars as he denies Isaac Tesoro. Taking a look at it on Orion Family Dealership instant replay. Here it is again, just a careless pass taken away by Tesoro. Miscommunication by the Mavericks almost turns into a Coyote goal. Try to leave one back and maybe thinking you're kind of in the not a danger zone, but Tesoro jumps the route and makes a really good opportunity there for the Coyotes. Here comes Dylan Gross. He's got Miller with him. Gross going to fire one from the circle. That one wraps around the glass and back on the ice it goes. As Gross Miscommunication, and right back on pursuit is the Coyote Shannon. He'll get laid out. A big-time shot from Spillman. Shannon's slow to get up on the ice. When he does, the puck going to go right by him for the captain of the Coyotes, as he is slow to get off the ice. And now he'll start making his trek on over to the bench, as Benning Pocus plays in the corner. Getting some more line changes coming up for the Coyotes. Saucer pass, and I think it got deflected, yes indeed, by a Coyote, so that's not going to be an icing. Allows Dickinson to set it up for Bolts, sealing the edge. Miller slowly patrolling the area, plays it to the blue line to Grohl. Grohl tries to get it back down to the crease. Denied by the Coyotes, trying to play with tempo. Back and take by Grohl. He's got Bolts with him. He'll leave it for Bolts. Bolts, spin around, buys some space, trying to center a feed. Montoya keeps it in the zone, poked away. Lupke pushes it up to Suki. Suki snaps one right into the cage of Roars. Good opportunities persisting on both sides. But again, we're getting another nice goalie battle between these two teams like we have so far this year. We've seen every goaltender pretty much a scenario possible. As we've seen Olsen go against Dahlberg, we've seen Schifferling going against Roars, and now it's Roars versus Dahlberg tonight. Half spin by Zunic. He'll leave it back out. Bender trying to power through. Oh, had Roars going to his left. The puck was going to the right side of the net. He just gets back in time to shuffle it into the corner. Puck gifted right there on the stick for Barkley. Can't get the pass to go, sent down the ice, and that will be another icing for Williston, going back into the offensive zone for Dickinson. Big thanks out to BSN, the current exclusive personalized solutions for North Dakota high school collegiate programs, from custom equipment, uniforms, coaches' apparel, to fan wear, branding, more. They do it all. Contact your local BSN sales pros today. Got a lot of good friends there. A lot of PSP commentators there on that BSN staff. Scott Woodmansey, Nate Zachman, Joe Cattell. Was able to do a game with Joe Cattell last Friday with Dickinson boys and girls basketball against Mandan. That was a fun doubleheader there in the Mandan area. First time being in the new Mandan High School gym, and might have to say that might be one of my favorite basketball courts now. It's one of my favorite to play in when I was in junior high, but that's been a little ways now. New gym, I'd say maybe it's still up there for me. As Tesoro has it poked away, but it'll stay possession here with Williston, as Gavin Douglas, who's had some nice opportunities from the blue line. His pass goes right over his intended target and right to Tatum Streeter. Streeter into the corner. Kept in by Dickinson. Shot saved by Dahlberg. Kaysen Grohl, like Douglas, is presenting some offense on the blue line. Grohl's doing the same. He's going to fire another shot. 2 shots from Grohl in the possession, and both were denied by the netminder for Williston. There he is, Knox Dahlberg. 6 wins on the campaign, a 3.48 goals against average, 324 saves. He came into the season. Well, he's got over 330 now with the 9 he's tacked on in the year. And the last time he played, Dickinson had 28 of 29 saves, 96% save percentage that night in December, and he saved 4 of 5 shots he was faced with in a shootout as well. Montoya works in the direction of Bolts. He'll just slap that one down. It kind of hits up on the boards and gets a little airtime. Allows Davis to try to seal the zone. Davis now will take it right away from Pocus. Drives one to the net. It just kicked off the toe. Dahlberg keeping it out past the red line again. Dahlberg holding his ground. Both goalies have been faced with 9 shots and have remained perfect with 3:34 before the first intermission. As Maher and Streeter both take a dump on the ground. Here comes Bender. Hard to the net. Right into the glove again. This game has kind of been in that sense of you always got to be ready, because we've seen a fair share of just breakaway opportunities, driving down, go coast to coast, take a shot. But right now, these goalies not giving these guys too much to work with, and they might have to kind of, again, later on, maybe in this third period, if we still are in the same boat. I mean, it might have to be in that a dirty goal could be the difference maker in this one. You never know with these two teams, two gritty hockey squads, both looking for the right to play in the WDA hockey tournament come Thursday. Their chance to maybe play stunner against the defending champs Minot, as Maher absorbs a big-time check. He looked up at the referee, wanted a penalty call, will not get one. And now Streeter runs into the referee, and the other referee on the other end, and could not quite make it a 2-on-1 breakaway. Rylan Miller joins him, leaves it back. Spillman, rebound opportunity. Dahlberg sees it all well. .238 on the board. I don't go anywhere after the end of the first period. We'll have the Charbonneau Car Center intermission show. We'll take a look at some highlights of the first period and get you ready for the second frame. Again, that's coming in at 2:38 game time. Charbonneau Car Center intermission show, again, here at the Charbonneau Rink, here at the West River Ice Center. Face-off won by Dickinson. They'll dump it down below the Williston crease. Taken away by Thomas Miller. Backhands it to Spillman. Spillman drives back to Miller. Miller centering a feed. No one home. And Williston trying to make numbers right now with 3-on-3 on the break. As Tesoro's pass cut off by the Mavericks. Tesoro absorbs a check. Here comes Holm. Blocked up in front. Cheddar loses it between his skate blades. Caught a shot by Douglas. Hits the crossbar and out. We remain scoreless. A big time shot look there for Douglas. And Dickinson trying to respond on the other end. Rylan Betchivilis will stick handle his way, but he had 5 different coyotes around him. Could not win the 1v5, and now he'll have some support as he'll go for a line change. Grohl finding it to Davis. Davis kicking it along the boards. Getting some more help here. So far a clean game, but we've seen some physicality. Snapshot there from Montoya. Grohl knew a check was coming his way. He was just going to get ready for it. Shot blocked right in the hands of Grohl again. Grohl trying to hold his own as Maher has a head of steam. Maher still jabbing at it as Maher goes down hard in front of the Dickinson bench. Williston wanting another penalty call, will not get one. As Emmert driving hard to mid-ice. Emmert all sorts of tied up with Bender. It's Maher coming down again. He falls down this time. It will be a penalty against Dickinson. Well, Blaze Maher driving the play. He almost drew one penalty call, and then he eventually did draw a penalty call just seconds later, and this one going to be tripping on Max Davis. And allow the Williston Coyotes on their first chance on the power play with the last 51 seconds remaining in period number 1 in a scoreless 0-0 hockey game. Shots right now pretty even, 12-10, favoring the home team. As Ruston called out of the face-off circle, they'll have to bring in Jackson Lukey as face-off won by Tatum Streeter. That's a big face-off win. But quickly got back there by Anderson. Suki to Douglas. Shot denied initially by Roars. It was a loose puck, and Roars quickly on top of it with 36 seconds to go here in the opening frame. Face-offs, big in this kind of power play opportunity in the closing minutes of a period. And it's a face-off won by Williston. Carter Suki has that one launched into the air after deflecting. It was Rylan Miller into the netting. Just going to cut off around 5 seconds in game time, and they'll try the near circle on your screen. As Ruston will get his chance again. And that one, we'll call that one a tie-up right down the middle. Anderson jabs at it, sent down the ice by Dickinson. Dahlberg waits for it to hit off the corner. Now he'll just shuffle it aside and let his teammates set something up for the last 15 here on the power play. Closeout period number 1. Lupke misses on the swing, then tries to backhand a feed towards the center ice. Gifted an opportunity. Roar saved. Chance there from Anderson. Anderson will skate the rest of the time away with it. A couple of words being maybe shown out here between these two teams as we close out the first period. Hey, intensity is high here in this one. Again, winner of this matchup will work their way into the WDA tournament. That's going to be held on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday in Bismarck. If you can't catch it, you can watch it on the PSP Plus. But also, if you win this game, you'll be taking on the #1 team and defending champions, Minot United. We'll talk a little bit about that and more. We'll take a look at highlights when we come back here on the PSP Network, as we've got the Charbonneau Car Center Intermission show coming up when we return.
We started with small beginnings, and just like the visionary entrepreneurs we serve, we turned an idea into reality. BNC National Bank, where possibilities begin right here at home.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Sometimes life gets messy and accidents happen. So when life gets messy, ServPro's ready. Call ServPro of Minot, Bismarck, or Williston today.
The foundation of the financial planning approach at Legacy Financial Partners is a personal relationship. Our unique and collaborative approach to financial planning starts with your dreams, not just the numbers. We will work with you regularly to take action to update your plan as your needs evolve, recommending products and services that are right for your situation.
Breathe in.
I can't believe I wrecked my car.
There's some things in life we can't control, but what's important is how we respond. At Jerome's Collision Center, they provide the highest quality of service, assuring the job gets done stress-free and making it feel like a breath of fresh air. And to give you peace of mind, they handle the insurance.
Are you even a therapist?
Don't worry about it. Jerome's, they're the experts. Jerome's.
Sometimes life gets messy, and accidents happen. Some days, even your best intentions turn into unexpected disasters. Other days, a little guesswork leads to a lot of cleanup. So when life gets messy, ServPro's ready. Call ServPro of Minot, Bismarck, or Williston today.
The foundation of the financial planning approach at Legacy Financial Partners is a personal relationship. Our unique and collaborative approach to financial planning starts with your dreams, not just the numbers. We will work with you regularly to take action to update your plan as your needs evolve, recommending products and services that are right for your situation.
Welcome into the Charbonneau Car Center Intermission Show here at the Charbonneau Rink at the West River Ice Center. Big thanks out to Charbonneau Car Center bringing us the intermission shows here tonight. Charbonneau Car Center, they know drivers in Dickinson, New England, Richmond, Belfield, Williston, North Dakota, and Glendive, Montana. Work hard, play hard, and need a car that can keep up. That's why they choose to offer Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and a Ram lineup at their dealership in Dickinson. If you're interested in learning more, stop in their showroom and treat yourself to a test drive. Visit online at CharbonneauMotors.com. Well, this one has been lived up to the billing. We knew this was going to be a physical game. We knew this game was going to be probably pretty tight quarters. I mean, these are two teams that are, always play each other tight. You never know how this one's going to shake out until the final buzzer, and right now, as dead even as you can get. 0-0 on the scoreboard, 12-12 in the shot department, and both having some quality chances. And let's get up on the game highlights here, brought to you by Ryan Family Dealerships. Ryan has been a trusted name for car buyers in Western North Dakota. Shop their entire inventory. DriveRyan.com. Visit one of their 5 locations in Minot and in Williston. A big part of this in this first half, or this first period, was just breakaway chances for both these two teams. There you saw a good one there. I believe that one was from Dylan Gross, just driving that one hard to the net. And then Williston will come up with a couple others. Here was a nice, almost turned into a 3-on-1 break. Nice find from Blaze Maher right to Noah Anderson. But Roars stays strong. Bad pass taken away, and here comes Wilson seeing if they can make it 1-0. No, Roars says, no, we're not going to have that just yet. We'll keep it a 0-0 game. Dickinson, final 3 minutes, going hard to that, trying to get a rebound opportunity. Dahlberg, though, seeing the puck just too well through traffic. Wilson kept her swinging, though, getting another good look, and probably the best look, as that one hits crossbar from Gavin Douglas, and that one was probably the closest one to making this one a 1-0 hockey game in favor of the Williston Coyotes. But Parker Roars getting a little help from the goalie's best friend, the crossbar, in on that one to keep this one all knotted up. Some fun opportunities for both teams with these goalies standing strong. Knox Dahlberg, Parker Roars, they are some of the best junior goaltenders in this state. Knox Dahlberg, 6 wins on the year. So does Parker Roars, both picking up 6 wins on their junior campaign, and seeing which one can win the race to their 7th win and punch their ticket into the WDA tournament. Well, speaking of the WDA tournament, there it is, and we have got an update. As we mentioned in the pregame show, only 2 spots were available. Well, this has now become the last spot available in the tournament. As Legacy there, you see that empty spot, it's going to be no longer empty, as Bottineau Rugby defeated Hazen Beulah 6-1 inside the Lumber Dome. So Bottineau Rugby, who made the Cinderella run from the 6th seed into the state tournament last year, is going to be the 7th seed this year. They'll take on Legacy in a first-round rematch in the WDA tournament a year ago, where they played each other as the 3 versus 6 seed. They'll play each other this year as the 2 versus 7. So last spot on the line will be Williston, will be Dickinson. Well, it's right now tied up 0-0, shots even 12-12. Winner will take on Minot United in the first round. And I mean, it's going to be it's a tough draw when you have to play the number 1 seed, but hey, anything's possible for Williston. Their scores against Minot this year were 3-5 and 1-4. And for Dickinson, their 2 times that they have played the number 1 seed Minot United. Scores there were 0-6 as well as, let's see if we can find the other one, 1-4. And then that 1-4 game, though, in Minot, that one was a very close game until it was the 2nd or 3rd period when Aaron Olson went out with the injury, and then Minot was able to pick up that 4-1 win there. So, I mean, when you have a chance, and you want to make it into the field there and try to put yourself in an opportunity to go to state. And even if you can't go to state, I feel like this WDA tournament, I mean, it's something that you will always remember. I mean, some of these kids, these sophomores, it's your first time ever going to the WDA tournament. And for their seniors, it's going to be your last. And for these 2 teams, with these seniors, trying to send them out in the right way. But through the first period here in this play-in game, we're still scoreless and still got a lot to play for in an intense hockey game, trying for the right to play the defending champs on Thursday morning in Bismarck. Well, let's take a break. When we come back, we are ready to go for period number 2 here at the WDA play-in game in Dickinson.
An injury can happen anywhere, at any time, to anyone. It's not really something you can schedule on your calendar. But when it happens to you and it's not your fault, there's one law firm to remember. That firm is Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride. We live here and take pride in helping our community. We know this area inside and out. We put in the work and fight for what's right so justice can prevail for you. That is what we're all about. We're on your side. We're Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride.
AE Construction Management and General Contracting builds more than structures. They build confidence. Your trusted partner in commercial construction across North Dakota, they handle everything from planning to final delivery. Whether it's steel, industrial, or retail, AECM builds with precision and safety. Their hands-on approach keeps your project on time and on budget. Build better with AECM. Call Tim at 701-818-0099 or visit aeconstructionmanagement.com.
Dear valued customer, I'm Jared Lundeen, owner of Trusted Tire and Auto. Around here, winters can be long and roads can be rough. That's why you deserve a reliable partner. We carry premium tires installed by our certified team of experts, and our total car care covers it all, from brakes, transmissions, diagnostics, and more. And trust, we know it's built through real local connections, even small things like a handwritten thank you. Choose us for trusted service that goes the extra mile. Sincerely, Jared.
Dakota Community Bank and Trust, your trusted partner for commercial and business loans. We not only provide lending you need to grow your business, but we also reinvest in our communities. We believe in strengthening our businesses and creating opportunities for success. Choose Dakota Community Bank and Trust for your commercial and business loans, and together let's keep our communities thriving.
Serving the community, looking out for you. At Dakota Community Bank and Trust, that's what we do.
Planning for the future is difficult, but pre-planning your funeral is a thoughtful way to ease the burden on your loved ones. At Stevenson Funeral Home, our compassionate team will help you create a personalized plan that reflects your values. We'll make sure that your wishes are honored and that your family will have peace of mind in a challenging time. Call us today to start your pre-planning journey. You can count on us to be with you every step of the way. Stevenson Funeral Home.
Williston Coyotes coming on to the ice for period number 2 here in Dickinson in the WDA playing game. Winner plays Minot in the opening round on Thursday on the WDA tournament. Again, make sure you get in on that postseason on PSP Plus. We've got the WDA hockey tournament. You can get a single day for $19.99. You can buy the entire WDA hockey tournament or any of these tournaments you see on your screen for $34.99, or you can get all 15 of them there on the Premier Pass for $74.99. PSP Plus, your live broadcast and home of some incredible tournaments. And speaking of incredible play from Knox Dahlberg. He's got 12 saves on the night, and he has been so far perfect, as well as his counterpart right on cue. Look at there, my camera operator, Zach Sprague, beating me to it, as on the same wavelength here tonight. Parker Roars, he's also a perfect 12 for 12. So, hey, what better little matchup, like kind of a heavyweight matchup when you got both of them having the same statistics here early on. 12 for 12, 0-0 here is the score. Big parts of these goaltenders making some phenomenal saves. And for Williston, they will start this second period with the man advantage. They've got a 107 to work with on the power play. Gavin Douglas works to his backhand. Works all the way around behind the net. Now he'll dump a pass out. Catch and shoot for Suki. Catching a friendly fire. I believe that one gets right in to Rustan, the captain, who was trying to take away the eyes of Roars and said he'll be the one to take up the shot. Now Miller with a soccer kick, kicks it to himself, and now he'll just float one in the air backhand. Hey, anything works. A little soccer kick here on the ice. Maybe a little ways till soccer season, but Rylan Miller maybe going to be trying out for the team with those skills. 16-17 to go here in period number 2 in the early minute. Shot up high for Douglas, the senior that has the most points on the blue line for the Coyotes this year with 11. Rustin inches his way. Shot blocked by the captain of Kaysen Grohl. Gets down on a knee, taking one for the team. There's one of those few seniors on this Dickinson team that wants to go out with a bang, wants to go out by leading his team to the WDA tournament.
Mavericks at full strength.
Grohl slammed in by another senior on the other end that wants to go out with a tournament appearance for Williston, and Carter Suki, an alternate captain. Suki dumps one down. Trying to extend this defense out as full strength for Dickinson as Max Davis is out of the box, and he's going to come in. Shot out of a cannon, and right back on the ice trying to get that puck back for Dickinson, but smooth skating with it, Noah Anderson. Anderson elects for the dump and chase at the end of his shift as he'll jump over the boards for a fresh pair of Coyote legs. Montoya plays it down deep, chases it after himself. Montoya tying up Zunic, getting some help. Sees the Mavericks come out of the pack, is second for it, but Trygve Zunic now going to tie everyone back up again as Colin Bolts is there. Kane Shannon tries to get that one to clear out of the zone. Now he'll climb the ladder, jump in the air, paw that one down, and he'll hit it with his hand again. And that could set it up for the Coyotes as Pocus sails in offsides, as it would have been a toe save regardless. There for Roars, and Roars give him a little love tap on the way back as well. And that new coaching staff, first year at the helm for Chad Miller. It's helped them lead to 8 wins this year. Last season they had 6 wins on the campaign. They were 6-15 and 3 overtime losses. This year, 8 wins, 13 losses for Chad Miller's first season. As Spillman trying to get it out of the zone. Dangling back around as Dickinson to take care of this puck. They'll have numbers. A 3-on-1 break. Led by Spillman. Tries to play a pass to Cheddar just over his stick. Cheddar, though, wins the race to it. Tries to center a feed. Poke back into the corner. Dylan Gross, he'll dangle his way back in, firing it from the slot. Dahlberg made the save, and maybe a little bit of an early whistle is what the Dickinson fans want as the puck was loose. But regardless, we will have a face-off coming up with 14 minutes to go here in the second. Great attendance here tonight. This is what you want to see. A pretty packed barn here in the state of North Dakota for some Tuesday night hockey, or Monday night hockey, excuse me, getting ahead of myself. I can't wait to Thursday, so I'm trying to speed along the days. Can't wait for that WDA tournament. Counting down the hours as taken away. Let's see which team will be the last team to punch their ticket to the tournament. Will it be Williston? Will it be Dickinson? As an icing called on the Coyotes, and Dickinson will have an offensive zone face-off draw with 13:42 here on the board. Big things at the Northern Plains Heating and Air. No other choice to seal your heating and air game. The Northern Plains Heating and Air. Call Dylan today at 222-2155. Again, call Dylan today at 222-2155. New installation upgrades and all your furnace needs. Again, that's Northern Plains Heating and Air. Face-off one by the Mavericks. Davis backhands one near Montoya. Getting some help. Bolts powers a pass through Emmert. Chip shots it into the corner. Spin around, back to the red line. Or to the red dot, excuse me, and taken away by DeSoro. DeSoro, he's got some wheels. He'll jet forward with it. Nice move. Well, stick handling there, trying to buy some separation and get out on the open ice. And now Dickinson going to try to respond. David Barkley, he's got 2 goals on the season. He's going to do the same thing. Power to the net. Could not quite get the handle there to try to poke that one in. Good, strong effort, though, by a young sophomore in David Barkley. Starting to get some end-to-end action now. As Anderson effortlessly skates that one down. Jumps it up at the end of his shift. He'll go over the boards. Zunic. That one chipped off the boards to him. He'll tame it along. Play to his blue line partner. Trying to extend it in here for Williston. Pocus trying to poke check that one. Played right back behind him and scooped up by his teammate Nicholas Bender. The sophomore with 3 goals and 6 assists on the campaign. Shannon. Shot blocked up in front. Catches a Maverick defender's legs. As they'll send it right back down for an icing and another offensive zone try. Again, PSP schedule this week. Got some games here tonight, but a big slate of WDA basketball tomorrow. 4 games. Catch them on PSP Network. And again, we have the WDA Hockey Tournament Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. All 11 games can get you on PSP Plus. Make sure you get your tournament pass. As Miller works to mid-ice. Cheddar trying to win that one back for the Mavericks. Maher backhands one. Taken away by Dickinson by Cheddar. He can't quite clear it out of the zone as Shannon flying it to Bender, shooting that one wide. Cheddar plays it forward, finds its way to Miller. Miller along the boards to the circle. Saucer pass sent just wide. Miller with a good look, and here's another penalty coming up, our first penalty that's going to start in the second period, and it's going up against Dickinson, their second on the night. And a key for these two teams is play 5-on-5. You want to play this 5-on-5 game. I mean, you want to play clean. You want to play aggressive. You want to play physical, but you got to kind of find that line because you don't want to give up a short-handed goal, and then that's the difference maker at the end. As the referee's going to try to talk this one over and see if it is just the 2 minutes. as captains having a little talk. And there's a little cross-check sign, and that's going to be tagged on Caden Shetter, the sophomore defenseman. So not only that, not only is it a penalty, but Caden Shetter going to the box. One of their top defensemen in ice time. And Williston bench banging on the boards. They know this is a big situation. They help their team pick up a face-off victory. Shot for Douglas, hits the right pad of oars. Anderson to Douglas, works it down low. Trying to snipe one home as Lupke hits off the side. Lupke now gets it back. They play a little tic-tac-toe, getting it back there to the blue line. Catch and shoot, hits off a defender. Grohl, 2 block shots for Kason Grohl. Douglas finding it down low. Suki, one-timer for Lupke, just goes by his stick. Good look here for Williston on the power play. But Kason Grohl has put on the Superman cape right now and has taken one for the team. Maybe not Superman cape, maybe Iron Man armor with the shots he's been taking. As Suki tries to leave that one on for Rustin. Rustin in the corner. Off the boards to Douglas. Sailing in is Miller. Well timed. Sending it down the boards. Hits off of a Williston player on the bench. And we'll have a face-off coming up with 10:23 here in the second. 56 seconds. Then here in the second period. And this one should be in the neutral zone, and yes, it is. There was a Williston caught on the bench. I think got a piece of it. Face-off one, Rylan Miller. Just going to elect to shoot one down. Dahlberg makes easy work of that one. Plays in the corner for Williston to reset up this power play with 44 seconds on it. Suki. He's got Rustin with him. Suki voids a check from Emmert. Snapping a shot. That one deflected into the far corner. Anderson retrieves it. Trying to work it back to Anderson was Douglas. Spillman is there, and he'll go the length of the ice, putting the paddle down as Dahlberg taking a couple of strides out of his crease. 15 seconds. By time, awkward deflection, hits off the side. Oh, a post save. Oh my. Dahlberg didn't read it off of the boards, and that could have been a disaster there for Williston. And almost a lucky as luck comes goal there for Dickinson. Oh my. I'm going to have to look at that one of the Ryan Family Dealership instant replay. Well, Roars caught a break with the crossbar in the first period. Dahlberg catching one from the post here in the second. But Dickinson maybe buzzing a little bit now as Grohl gets a chance, but I think we got this one whistled. Was that just an early whistle? I think it was an early whistle. I think the referees thought that Dahlberg caught that one. Hey, we need to go and watch this one again. Almost a near disaster for Williston. Watch this. Just low danger chance by Gross. Hits off the board awkwardly, goes right to the post, and somehow stays out. Dahlberg didn't even see it. We talked about, maybe the winning goal is going to be a greasy one. I don't think anyone thought it could have been that greasy. As that one up in the air. It stays 0-0. Again, the post helping out the netminders here tonight. Max Davis, the lefty. Looking on the far side. Snapshot, Dahlberg hurts it in behind the net. Trying to get it to Bolts. Goes between his skates. Right to Blaze Maher. Maher goes down, and they will say he had some help. And Williston back in on the power play for the third time. Knocks Dahlberg, the goaltender, booked it down. He was trying to jump over the boards. And now his teammates kind of try to push him off the boards and say, no, you got to go back in the crease already. As he'll talk to his coaching staff one last time, and he'll make that trip right back into his crease. Well, it's the third time the charm for the Williston Coyotes. On the man advantage with 8:16 here in the second. Shot from Anderson in the corner. Scooped up by Lupke. Tries to center a feed.
2-minute high sticking penalty on Dickinson. Number
Picked up and
34,
sent
Josh
back
Smith.
around by Suki. Lupke's there. In the corner. Off the boards. Leaves it out for Douglas. Douglas to Lupke. Back to Douglas. Goes past Douglas. And on pursuit of him was Dylan Gross, who almost had the go-ahead goal just moments ago. Lupke carves his way in. Works to his backhand. Switches back to the forehand. Plays it down the boards. No one home on the blue line. It goes all the way there to Dahlberg. Getting out of the crease. He'll slow things up as Douglas trying to set things here as aggressive PK for Dickinson. Finding that pressure. Anderson skating by Bolts. Now they do the same thing with Miller and the same thing with Cheddar. Cheddar was trying to push him off. Anderson keeping in stride. Nice backdoor find. Couldn't pull the trigger. Is Carter Suki. Suki to Anderson. Up and over the net it goes. Tempo was starting to pick up. Williston knowing this could be their opportunity to strike. On the power play. You don't know how many more power play opportunities you will have. Dahlberg, dangerous situation with Montoya right on his heels. Gets it away cleanly. Suki gonna wait for some help and reinforcements. Anderson off the board. Oh, off a deflection off the board. Shannon tried to snipe one home. Saucer gonna stay inside. Didn't know if that was gonna exit out of the rink there. Thought it was gonna go into the crowd, but will stay in the ice box. And that's going to be a successful penalty kill as Williston 0 for 3 on the power play, but they're gonna continue to ramp up the pressure. This one without the netting would have went out into the crowd, but will slingshot back in with 6:07 to go. Well, these two goalies putting on a display. We knew this is what very well could have happened. A strong goalie performance has over halfway past this game has kept it scoreless. Maher knew a check was coming. He's all sorts of tied up with Thomas Miller. Now to the other end, Barkley. Barkley wins the race. Tries to play it to himself off the boards. But Williston gets it back to Maher. They're trying to get it to Maher. Boxed out by Spillman. That doesn't matter as Pocus wins the race. Try to play it back in the direction of Maher. Here comes Zunic. He'll inch down on the blue line. Works down to the near corner. Zunic centers a feed. Tried to work it to Brody Smith. Could not quite connect as Dickinson just, saying we need to get some fresh legs out there. We're going to send it down the ice and take the icing. 5:19 to go. And again, a score update from the other play-in game. Again, that one was final just a little while ago. 6-1, Botno Rugby defeats Hazen as the Braves scored 2 goals in each period to win that one by 5. And head in as the 7th seed as they'll take on Legacy on Thursday. Gross. Into the corner. Cheddar trying to use his skating ability. Loses the puck, however. Tesoro trying to find the edge. Taken away by Spillman. Miller, big time hit by Brody Smith. And that one up, over, and in to the crowd. Well, we knew a puck was almost bound to get into the crowd after about 2 or 3 close calls here in the last couple moments. That time we'll get it in. Luckily, everyone was out of the way. 4:49. Will we find a late goal scorer here in the second period? Or will this be tied up going into the third? Anything's possible when these two teams come together. You know it's going to be a close game regardless. Lupke hard into the boards. Shot Initial save by Roars. Rebound opportunity. Kicked away and played in the neutral zone by the Mavericks. Casing roll to Miller. Retrieved back by Suki and the Coyotes. Extension. They get it up to Rustin. Seeing if they have numbers. Suki sails in with them. Roars. Keeps it out of the net. Lupke driving, and now we've got chaos. Complete chaos and a kind of a garage sale into the net. But Roars stands tall again. The Ryan Family Dealerships, they've got you covered. Look at Suki. Drives it hard, jamming it is Lupke. But it's Roars that keeps this one knotted up. Williston has had some big-time looks here in the second period. But again, we're tied in every form here right now. 0-0 on the scoreboard, brought to you by BNC National Bank. And on the shot tally, we're all tied up again, 18-18. Max Davis trying to poke that one away from Bender's stick. Get some help, but they're going to have to touch back up as Davis was already in the offensive zone before the puck got there. He does touch up, and they'll plan it in on a dump-in chase by Montoya. That puck was left alone for him. Montoya fighting Zunic for it. Again, a player that Coach Miller deems as one of the hardest working players on his team, and maybe inside the WDA is Montoya. One of those few seniors on this Dickinson team. Maher has an opportunity. Spillman trying to deny it. Maher does get that one to direct towards the net, but Roars is there again. Parker Roars making the save, but a big-time opportunity for Blaze Maher. You thought Spillman had the better angle, and he did a great job of boxing out Maher, but the senior just would not be denied, getting an opportunity. Here comes Caden Cheddar. Cheddar hits the brakes, loses the puck in the process. Emmerd flips that one from the left side of the ice to the right side. Miller hot on pursuit. Cheddar jumps into the play. Cheddar absorbs a check, trying to pass that one out to Miller. It will go into the neutral zone for a second, kicked right back onto a Coyote stick, but Rustin loses it right as soon as he gets it. Miller, low shot. Controlled by the Coyote netminder. Off the boards. Suki battling Spillman for it again. He will get the puck. Centers a feed. Rustin couldn't get there, trying to fill in the gap. Shot from the blue line, ate up well by Roars. There's Ryland Miller, Josh Spillman checking in on the bench. Josh Spillman has found himself in some tough shifts, and he's been holding his own. He's had to box out some guys, had to win some races against Suki and Maher. I mean, that's going to be a much-needed little breather for him. He's doing everything he can do to help out his netminder, and he's done a fantastic job tonight. He'll feed it out of the corner to Grohl. Trying to get out of the zone cleanly. Pocus almost kept it in there for a second. 2 minutes to go here in period number 2 before the Charbonneau Car Center second intermission show. Barkley, he's impressed in his shifts when his number's been called, as he'll send it down. Get a low danger chance, but hey, a low danger chance might be the chance that you need to go in, as we've already seen a couple of danger chances almost had a lucky bounce of the way in for both respected teams. Spillman checks back in, fires a shot through traffic. That one does find the pad at Dahlberg. Davis, couple Coyotes battling on the boards with them. Maher tried to extend it out to Pocus. Hit back, 1:15 to go. Loose puck. Battle for Maher. Roars gets out of the cage, just going to push that one into the corner. Maher pinned up against the boards. He's got Suki to come with him. Backhands to Maher, back to Suki. Making Bolts drive by him into the boards. Davis tries to get a piece of it. 53 seconds before the second intermission. Zunic going to flip that one high in the air. Allow Williston to touch back up. Get a one-line new coyote there on the ice as well. Bolts tames it after a bouncing puck off the boards. They're going to wave that one off. No icing. We continue to play here in the last 30 seconds of period number 2. Zunic has Gross all over him. Colin Bolts snapping a shot, that one wide. 18 seconds to go here in the second period. Emmerd right in front to Cheddar, couldn't tame it. He was trying to work it to the backhand. 10 seconds remaining here in period number 2. Aiden Emmerd, slap shot, deflected, just left to the net. Suki trying to clear. 2 seconds left. Could be a break if they shoot it off in time. He does, but it's denied by Roars. And Lukey giving him a little tap there of, hey, nice save. Maybe we can try to get one around you here in the third. But a fantastic second period. And, hey, if you haven't already, take this time, go get some popcorn, go right back, sit on the couch, get your seatbelt ready because I think we're going to need to buckle up for this third period. But in the meantime, we have enough time to discuss this second and get ready for the second intermission when we come back here on the Charbonneau Car Center Intermission Show on the PSP Network.
We started with small beginnings, and just like the visionary entrepreneurs we serve, we turned an idea into reality. BNC National Bank, where possibilities begin right here at home.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Sometimes life gets messy and accidents happen. So when life gets messy, ServPro's ready. Call ServPro of Minot, Bismarck, or Williston today.
The foundation of the financial planning approach at Legacy Financial Partners is a personal relationship. Our unique and collaborative approach to financial planning starts with your dreams, not just the numbers. We will work with you regularly to take action to update your plan as your needs evolve, recommending products and services that are right for your situation.
Breathe in.
I can't believe I wrecked my car.
There's some things in life we can't control, but what's important is how we respond. At Jerome's Collision Center, they provide the highest quality of service, assuring the job gets done stress-free and making it feel like a breath of fresh air. And to give you peace of mind, they handle the insurance.
Are you even a therapist?
Don't worry about it. Jerome's, they're the experts. Jerome's.
At Ryan Buick GMC, we treat every day like game day.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen, on 2. Ready? Break.
We know how to get you in the right vehicle.
Bucanyans, and hut, hut.
From the test drive to the handoff, we make every step easy. This season, start your drive at Ryan Buick GMC.
Spas Etc. is excited to introduce the addition of the Master Spas line, including the Michael Phelps Swim Spas. Enjoy the relaxing health benefits and enjoy 0% financing up to 72 months or up to $5,000 off on all spas and swim spas. You'll also find $2,000 off the MSRP on all pools and saunas. Come check out the outstanding lineup of Master Spas at Spas Etc.
Welcome back here into the Charbonneau Car Center. Intermission show. 2 periods down, 1 to go, and 1 period to decide who's going to be the last team to go to the WDA tournament this year. And let's take a look at that bracket, and it's an updated bracket. Big thanks out to Nick Holberg back at the studios, as there you see it. As winner of this game will be at the top of your screen. They will be playing Minot United, the defending champs and the number 1 seed, and that is going to be played at 10 Mountain, 11 Central in Bismarck there on Thursday. Again, this tournament Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. You can catch all the games on PSP Plus, so make sure you get that tournament package. Right at 30 minutes after that first game, they'll have Mandan and Century as the 4 versus the 5. Then they will reconvene back in at a hard time 4 Mountain, 5 Central for the back half of the bracket. Legacy taking on Botno Rugby after Botno Rugby's 6-1 victory tonight in the Lumberdome in Botno against Hazen Beulah to punch their ticket. And it's a first-round rematch from last year between Legacy and Botno. Then you got some stud goaltenders there in that bottom matchup. Jamestown, Bismarck, Leith Hansen taking on Owen Dieter. We've got some fun matchups and one more team to fill it out perfectly. Will it be Williston? Will it be Dickinson taking on Minot United? Only time will tell. 17 minutes maybe to decide who's going. It might be longer, but I don't know. We'll have to see depending on how this period shakes out. Well, let's take a look there again. That's going to be on PSP Plus, your live broadcast home. Again, a single day, $19.99 if you just want a one day of a tournament. Full tournament, $34.99, or a Premier Pass. You get all 15 tournaments that we're covering, $74.99. We have WDA hockey, WDA basketball, as well as plenty of Class B and Class A basketball on your way this postseason on PSP Plus. Also, make sure, if you haven't already, get on that PSP Plus giveaway. You still got a couple more days to do so. Last day there on Wednesday. It's going to be announced live on prime time. So follow us at PSP Network on their social media. So like the post. That is very similar to this one. Tag 2 friends, and you have a chance to win an Amazon Fire TV, a Premier Pass, where you can watch all of the tournament coverage here on PSP Plus, as well as a Planet Pizza, Galactic Pizza. That's a great package there. Make sure you get in on it. Again, announced on Wednesday there on prime time. Well, that is going to be the end of this, speaking of prime time, we've got this Wednesday, we've got Corey McIver, Addison Nesham, and Emma Jones. Some great interviews coming up with Bryce Gutnick and Dallas Hanson. You do not want to miss it. I've lived in the rugby area the last couple of years, saw plenty of Addison Nesham and Emma Jones, some premier Class B basketball players, so you do not want to miss that, as well as, of course, Corey McIver. Should be another episode of that. Well, 4 minutes to go before we hit it, so hey, let's go and take a look at our game rewind here on the highlights, brought to you by Ryan Family Dealership here on the PSP Network. First period, you saw a lot of nice breakaway chances from both sides. Here's one from Dylan Gross, worked to the outside, worked back in, beautiful save, and Dylan Gross thought that one went in, but Knox Dahlberg, he knew, he made the save, was able just to kind of stay put, wait to the stoppage. He didn't want to move anytime early, making sure that puck stayed put and didn't get away from him. Williston tried to answer back just a couple minutes later. Pocus with a nice find, but a better save there for Mr. Parker Roars. Another poke check turning into another opportunity, but Parker Roars pushes off that right skate, works to the left side, another shutdown save for Roars. Dahlberg would also have another nice save coming his way to close out that second period, as trying to clean it up. Made sure he saw that one the entire time with a lot of traffic in front of him. Speaking about traffic, more traffic this time for Williston. It turns out to be one of their best opportunities. Sniping a post there was Gavin Douglas. Hits the crossbar and down. Speaking of dangerous opportunities, well, we're getting close to one of Dickinson's best opportunities. Here's one right there, another big-time save. Getting that one into the corner was Dahlberg. And now I think this might be where it's at, or at least getting closer to that power play or penalty kill opportunity for Dickinson. But here's one on a power play for Wilson, trying to jam one home. 2 block shots for Kaysen Grohl. And now here is where you get to it with Dylan Gross. Dylan Gross at mid-ice, plays it off the boards. Seems like it's, nothing to panic about. Hits off the boards, goes right towards the net, and hits the post. Knox Dahlberg might have been panting a little bit on that one. Lucky that one did not go in. And then a mad scramble. Wilson trying to drive one home, getting into the nets. And, again, lots of chaos, a lot of great chances. And we have ourselves a very fun and entertaining 34 minutes down. And I think we're going to have a fantastic 17 minutes aside this hockey game. I think the keys to this second intermission going into the third period is stay out of the penalty box. I mean, for both teams, Wilson has not been in the penalty box the entire night. Dickinson, though, has been in there 3 times. You don't want to keep on gifting Wilson an opportunity to play with the man advantage. But I think the big thing here is you're getting some nice. Your both teams are being opportunistic. They're both, getting on these fast break chances. But I would like for both these two teams to try to set up and try to take away the eyes of the goaltender. You maybe got to score a greasy goal here. It doesn't need to be pretty. Just try to find the back of the net here in the third, because the next team to score could be the team to punch their ticket to the WDA tournament. At least that's what it's seeming like here in the first 34 minutes. Well, let's take a quick break, and when we come back, it is time for the third period. Winner will take on Minot United, the defending champs in the WDA tournament, on Thursday morning. Well, let's take a break. When we come back, third period coming your way.
foundation of the financial planning approach at Legacy Financial Partners is a personal relationship. Our unique and collaborative approach to financial planning starts with your dreams, not just the numbers. We will work with you regularly to take action to update your plan as your needs evolve, recommending products and services that are right for your situation.
That's what we're playing for. The last spot in the WDA tournament. For the right to play Minot United at 10 Mountain, 11 Central on Thursday. To not only do that, but to extend your season. You lose tonight, your season comes to an end. These seniors, they don't want their high school careers to be just over yet on either side. The young sophomores on both sides, hey, they want to go to the WDA tournament for their first time in their careers for some of them. A lot to play for these two coaching staffs. Chad Miller in his first year has led them to 8 wins. On the other end, Brad Fedorenko. We get ready. There is his coaching staff. And it's been a rowdy bunch there for them. You see them slamming on the boards. Williston has been the more energized bench out of the two. They have been banging their sticks on the bench time in and time out throughout this game, depending on the moments. But here, starting it out with the puck is Caden Cheddar. Turn and shoot, cannot quite pull the trigger on his Rylan Miller, and it's going to be a race for the puck. Jason Rustin, seeing if he can start this one for Williston, but it just goes over the red line for an icing. The Williston captain was hot on pursuit. Almost wins the race, and if that one gets waved off, maybe he could get a big opportunity there for the Coyotes. Instead, we'll take it to the puck down the ice and go and face it off on the other end. Coyote players banging their sticks on the bench boards again. I think one of them might have lost a mouthpiece or something there on the ice. A referee going to pick that up, hand it right back to the Williston bench. Lupke tries to center a pass to Rustin. He's all tied up. He tried everything he could to try to get loose from a Maverick defender. Pawing out of the air is Douglas. Works to the backhand. Poked away. Here comes Caden Cheddar. Cheddar all by his lonesome and robbed point blank by Knox Stolberg. A fantastic opportunity for Caden Cheddar to try to find his 3rd goal on the season. There you go. Pokes it loose. Get on the high horse. And the Maverick taking it down the ice. But it's the Coyote netminder keeping this one scoreless. Shannon poking it loose, trying to get it over to his Coyote teammate. In the area there of Zunic. Dahlberg out of the cage. Leaving it out for Bender. Snapshot off the side of the cage. Side of the net, peeled out. Polk is trying to wait for that one to come to him, but it's hit away by Davis. And right there to Dahlberg is going to scoop that one in the mitt. About a minute and a half down here in the period. Chris Fisher still banging on the boards there for Williston. He's trying to do everything he can to play that role for Williston. Trying to be that Energizer bunny off the bench. Bring the good attitude and seeing if you can will your teammates there on the ice to try to find the go-ahead. As Rustin hits the brakes. Gets some open ice, but his pass is blocked. The captain sends it high into the air. Sends right back into the corner, and looks like it will be played with a high stick. Played with a high stick by Max Davis. And that means we're going down the length of the ice. So let's follow this pack of Coyotes as they get ready. Carter Suki, he's had some fantastic opportunities in this one. And this year he's been their point leader and goal leader, 14 goals on the campaign. He's going to inch his way backwards, hoping to win his teammate to win the draw. Dickinson wins the draw, and here's Dylan Gross. Feeds it out to Caden Cheddar. Shows his wheels near the Coyote bench. Puck, though, finds Carter Suki. Shuffles it forward to Rustin. Leaves it back to Suki. Cheddar gets in the mix again. Suki tries to tame that one down. Grohl. Soccer kicks that one in the direction of Miller. Back to Grohl. A little bit tic-tac-toe. Miller retrieves it back in the corner. Saucering it back. Catch and shoot by Robidoux. Or by Spillman, excuse me. Spillman gets in the way of Suki, but here comes Lupke with it. He dangles his way inside, tries to drag that one into a firing zone. Quick snapshot from the blue line by Bender. Saucer pass down the length of the ice. Miller gets a piece of it. To negate the icing. Spillman seals the edge. Here's Blaze Maher blazing a trail. Into the circle. He snipes it. Blaze Maher puts Williston up 1-0 here in the third. What a shot for Blaze Maher. He had the shootout winning goal against Dickinson back in December. So, of course, he's the one to break the 37-minute scoreless stalemate between these two. An absolute rifle. And here you see the Williston fans in front of them. In front of us here in the West River Ice Center. Put their hands up in the air. They are pumped. They made the trip out from the Bakken area. Williston Basin area to watch the Coyotes. And they strike first. At intermission, we said, hey, if you score first in the third, you might win this. There's a good chance you win it. First team that scores. But sometimes that's kind of how games go too. You have a scoreless game the first two periods, and the third one becomes a track meet back and forth. See if we get that, or if this one is going to stand the rest of the time. The 13-30. Douglas has that one poked loose. Sent down, Dahlberg catches it in the glove, plays it back down. Extension, Rustin. Trying to race there, but knows that one going to be an icing. Well, the shots are even 22-22, but the BNC National Bank scoreboard no longer even. After the Coyotes getting some help with a big-time snipe on the top shelf for Blaze Maher. Has put them up by one. Now they'll see if they can try to help out Knox Dahlberg to keep this one in favor of them and punch their ticket to the WDA tournament later this week. Centering a feed, blocked out by Douglas. Douglas has that one taken, but right place, right time. Anderson bails him out. He'll track around, extension pass to Suki. Suki fell down and ends up kind of kicking that one in the direction of Rustin. Rustin centering a feed, catch, shoot, and scores! Jackson Lupke as Williston scores 2 here in the third. Jackson Lupke, the sophomore, scores his 6th on the season. And just like that, the Coyotes lead 2-0. 2 goals separated within 2 minutes. And the Coyote bench erupting again. Stick taps for Jackson Lupke. Blaze Maher has got high fives going all around. The vibes are high there on the Coyote bench. More stick taps. They're starting to feel it. Yes, they still got 12:28 to play. But for them, they know the momentum is on their side. And on the side of the faithful that made the trip out to support them. As Spillman off the boards. Gross is there. Dickinson needing to try to find an answer back. It's not too late, plenty of time left, but you don't want to go searching for 2 goals in the final minutes, especially how this game has gone, as Roars gives that one a shoulder. Smith was really trying to blow hard. Coyotes are keeping on the pressure. Led by Brody Smith on this last charge and go ahead. Big time check for Bender. Gross centers a feed. Oh, Miller almost was there in time. Coben home with some good defense. Leading it out to DeSoro. Blocker save. Rebound. DeSoro puts it in. Williston has seen the floodgates start to open up. Isaac Tesoro. What a goal there for Tesoro and the Coyotes. Fires a shot, initial blocker save. Go and get your own rebound. And that's what he does. Fans on their feet here on the Williston section as they were getting rowdy, and there is the Williston Coyote bench that has been rowdy all night long. And for them, the momentum starting to be on their side. 3 straight goals, and 3 goals within 2 minutes, roughly 2 minutes of each other from the first to the third. So these goals have just come fast and furious here on the pace for Williston, and now Dickinson taking a timeout. And I think this is a perfect timeout. You got 11:39, take it right away. You know Williston's got the momentum. Try to take it away. Draw something up. Get on the same page if you're Dickinson and see if you can find a goal. I mean, here's one of these things where, hey, you see Williston score 3 goals in less than around 2 minutes. You can do the same thing, but you first got to kind of buy into it first. That's the big thing. As much as it is a physical sport, it's a mental sport too, and you've got to battle right back into it after the momentum has shifted heavy in the Coyote territory. But for these Mavericks, I mean, what better way to already kind of have a sample plate? They've seen some of their classmates on the basketball court. We're down by 19 points in the second half of the game against Mandan on Friday, and Dickinson came back and won that game in the final seconds. So something to, hey, maybe put that in the memory jar and maybe on the whiteboard material. It's not done till it's done. But for the Coyotes, what a push this has been in this third period. Betchy Vilas trying to tie that puck up. Miller will. Looks like a first power play opportunity on the night coming up for Dickinson. And what better way to try and get back in this game than get a power play goal to try to work it back within 2. As Owen Uspel will be called in for 2. Dickinson's power play has had their struggles this season, but what better way to try to put that behind you than here in a play-in game? They're 0 for their last 24, but the last time they scored on a power play, it was against these Williston Coyotes. Seeing if they can try to work that into their favor here tonight, but the Coyotes on a quick dump down. Great pressure by Lupke. And it gets sent right to the stick. A quick snapshot by Suki from the blue line. He was waiting for that puck, and it found him. Magnet on the stick there at Carter Suki. Betchy Vilas snipes it home. And the response for Dickinson on the power play. They're not done yet. And now do you see the excitement on this side? And there's Betchy Vilas kind of pointing, hey, okay, here we go. The run starts now. Rylan Betchy Vilas on the power play. And as we mentioned, they were 0 for their last 24 on the power play. They just needed that opportunity. We talked about it in the intermission show of saying, hey, you want to play 5-on-5 for both teams, you got to play clean. There's Williston, who had all the momentum in the world, and they still do have a lot of momentum and going it forward, but up by 3-0, and now you give up an early power play goal. And now Dickinson feeling some momentum. Tamed down by Douglas. Earlier on in the season, they have the 2 early meetings on these 2 teams. Again, they have split. Dickinson won a 3-1 win in Williston, and Williston won here in Dickinson 2-1 in a shootout. Big hit and jumping over the boards for Dickinson. Now it's really getting physical. Big hits on both sides here in the last 9:40. Case and Grohl. Trying to play it off the boards to himself, but it's batted down by Blaze Maher. Tries to center a feed. No Coyote home. And allows Rylan Miller to go dancing on the other end. Miller fakes the dump pass out to Bolts. Deep in the corner goes. Miller now just kind of hanging in there, waiting for that puck to get back towards him. Bolts, tough angle, hits off a Coyote defender. Stepping in is Grohl with a snapshot. Blocker to save. Blocker to side into the corner by Dahlberg. Picked up by Pocus. Extending it out to Shannon. Around the boards it goes. Pocus down low into the corner. Pushing and shoving along the boards as the puck jarred loose. Spillman tries to get that one forward. Finally does to Bolts. 8:36 to go. Getting a pad on that one is Roars again. Williston trying to get back up by 3. Traffic up in front. Roars makes the save. We've got a campfire up there. Williston still jamming at it. And a whistle finally is blown. The fans along the boards are hitting the glass. What better way to spend a Monday night? With a date on the line against Minot on Thursday. Last spot in the tournament. Williston and Dickinson have left it all out there. And yet we still got 8 minutes to go. Extension to Dylan Gross. Trying to pull that back is Cheddar. He's had a good opportunity already in this one. Played forward to Suki. Spillman. Great work to kind of push Suki into the offensive zone and was forcing him to touch up because it would have been offsides if he was the one to touch it. As Rustin takes a check off the puck. Right to Spillman. Spillman looking to wrap around. He's examining what to do with it. Dumps it back into the corner. Wheeling around on the blue line. Snapping it in. Thomas Miller and Rylan Miller trying to seal the edges. Thomas Miller. Big check there and sends a Coyote into the side of the crease, and that's going to jar the netting with 7:24. Well, the first 34 minutes of this game, first 37 actually, were scoreless. And then the goals came in fast and furious. 4 goals in the game, and they were all within 4 minutes of each other, from the first to the fourth. As Blaze Maher got the first one, Jackson Lupke and Isaac Tesoro the other goal scorers for Williston, and Rylan Betchy Vilas has the lone goal for Dickinson. I just love how the energy kind of shifted. And Dickinson seems they can still capitalize on it. They still got some energy going. The Williston fans, though, have brought the energy with them on that trip today, especially when they got that first goal, and then the second kind of led to the second and the third for Williston to quickly jump up 3-1 in this hockey game. Brody Smith loses the stick. He's going to have to go back around and pick that one up. He does, but he's going to have to tag back up, and now looks to try to get in the way of this puck. Bouncing puck. Dahlberg Gonna play that one smartly. He's just gonna get that one in the glove. Allows his team to go for a line change, get some fresh legs out there, and set up for the face-off coming up with less than 7 to go. Big thanks out to BNC National Bank bringing us the scoreboard here tonight, as well as 4-1 carpet ceiling. As Montoya down in the middle, snipe shot. Oh, that one just wide. Davis trying to get it back. Pocus lays it forward right to Maher. He got the first one, started the run. Sets up a nice feed. It's that wide by Shannon. Maher wins the race for it again. Pocus in the area. Maher, Emmerd tied up. Pocus joining in the fight. He's going to get that one ajar loose. Finding it to Shannon. On a knee, loses it, does not able to pull the trigger. 3-on-2 break for Dickinson, trying to set something up, and it's well defended by Williston. And now Benning Pocus leads the charge in the opposite direction, right to left across your screen. Wraps around without the puck. Emmerd able to jar it free. Kroll sets it up as Bolts slams it on the opposite side of the ice as he goes for a line change. Bobbling puck into the corner. Spillman is there. Rustin and Suki. Gonna play a little tic-tac-toe for him. Suki hits the brakes, looking for Rustin. Oh, he's gonna dump it over to Lupke. Lupke's got a goal tonight. Trying to find it back to Douglas. Good pursuit by Ryland Miller, forcing him to retreat back to the neutral zone momentarily. Now Rustin back in the offensive zone. For the visitors tonight and leaders on the scoreboard. Cheddar dumps it in. 5:10 to go on the scoreboard. Dickinson trying to find 2 more goals as Miller shot blocked up in front. Getting in the way is Noah Anderson. Roars making the save. Had a quick move and maybe was going to see if he could have quickly got that one onto a tape of his teammate, but quick whistle going to set us up on a face-off. In the near circle, 3-1, Williston leads, 5 minutes to go. Will Williston hold on the last 5, or will Dickinson find a way to score 2 more? Potentially force extra play. Douglas, snapshot, blocked up in front. Douglas backhands it in the direction of Maher. Tame down, Douglas along the blue line. That one peels back into the neutral zone for Wilson. Hey, nothing wrong with playing a little keep away, killing some time. Thomas Miller finding into Barkley, who's cutting in on the other side. They're doing a good job of pinching it in on the dump-in chase. Barkley trying to jam one home right to the blue line. Catch and shoot for Grohl. Lots of traffic. Dahlberg keeps it out of the net. Knox Dahlberg does it again. Get this man a KP has been superhero-like in this one. Well, when Knox Dahlberg plays Dickinson, I mean, you are getting like Hendrik Lundqvist type of goaltender. I mean, think of Marc-Andre Fleury, Game 7. Martin Brodeur, I mean, Tim Thomas. Throwing all the great netminders of the past out there. Anytime he sees a Maverick jersey in front of him, he is absolutely spectacular. 2 games he's played in this very building. And Williston looking for the icer. Initial save by Roars, couldn't quite get it in. Bender's there in the slot. Block shot by Montoya. Bender. Lays it out to Brody Smith. Smith tries to shoot one from a tough angle. Emmerd checks him along the boards. Smith centering a feed right to the blue line. Dangling forward with it is Zunic. Now this tough along the board, waiting for the other end is Holm. And they can hold for some time here. Whoa, almost a one-time chance for Tesoro, who's already got a goal. He's at the 3rd one. He's had, I guess, what you would call as the insurance marker in this game. As Jackson Lupke has the What is going down right now would be the game winner. Isaac DeSoro is the insurance marker. If that all stays right now, but right for Dickinson, seeing if they can find another goal and bring it down to a one-goal game headed into the closing seconds, because then anything is happening. Trying to put them in a spot to be in striking distance, but Williston continues to amp up the pressure. They have had opportunities to really put this one away, but have so far not been able to find that fourth goal. If you're just joining us, you've missed a fantastic game to this point. It was a scoreless first and a scoreless second period, highlighted by the goaltender play of Parker Roars and Knox Dahlberg. And then you blink, and it was 3-0 after Williston scored 3 goals in the matter of less than 2:15 between one another. And that has given them the opportunity to try to punch their ticket into the WDA tournament. Dickinson answered back on the power play with Rylan Becci-Vilas' goal. See if they can try to find one more to get into that striking distance. But here comes Williston trying to put it on ice. Jackson Alupke has already got one. Tries to find Carter Suki, not going to get there. Jason Rustin races and he loses stick. He's going to go all the way to the other ice to get it. So it's going to be a 5-on-4 chance here for Dickinson. But they went in for a line change, and Rustin finds it right on a stick after picking it up on the other end. Fires a shot high off the glass. 2:22 to go. Time dwindling down on the Mavericks. Shetter to Miller. Shot blocked. Empty net for Dickinson. Carter Suki trying to put this one on ice, dangling around. Dickinson keeps it out of the net for now. Bender poked away. Bolts flips it in the air. 2 minutes, empty net still. Extra attacker for Dickinson. They've worked with an extra attacker once in this game, and they've scored almost immediately on the power play with Rylan Becci-Vilas. Miller has that one poked away. Emmert almost fanned on it. Thomas Miller gets it back momentarily down the length of the ice, just to the right of the nets. Face-off coming with $1:32, and for Dickinson, they're going to elect to keep Roars on the bench. Keep the net empty and have that sixth attacker, the extra attacker, try to set up where they want them. Big face-off draw for Dickinson. You win the draw, you can set a designated play up if you can. As Wilson was trying to jam up that middle of the ice on that face-off. Falling down is Douglas. He's going to try to hold on to the puck for a while. Goes right to it, Emmerd. Fires a shot. Oh, Dahlberg didn't even see it. He almost was able to snipe the top shelf. 1:18 to go. Dangles away. Pocus lays it out to Maher. Wouldn't that be poetic? He scores the first and the last goal for Williston. After being the shootout winner against Dickinson earlier on the year, Becci-Vilas has already got one. Trying to keep Dickinson in the game. Less than 60 seconds remaining. Douglas's clearing attempt is blocked. Right back into the Williston zone. Emmerd keeps it in the attacking zone. A collision. Loose puck still as Maher lost the stick, and we have got a whistle. A whistle and a penalty coming up. And Dickinson saying, hey, let's hurry up and take this time and let's talk things over, as Jason Rustin is going to the penalty box. So let's take a look at it here. It's a 2-minute penalty for Jason Rustin, and that means Dickinson will be on a 6-on-4. Wait, another 10-minute misconduct. Hey, it's great to have a referee at the right beside me here. So 10-minute misconduct. 2 minutes will be served there. by McCray Heller. Bobbling puck. So game misconduct for Jason Rustin if Dickinson was able to score 2 goals in the last 20 seconds. Hit off the boards. Kept in on the blue line by Kaysen Grohl. Grohl leading the charge with 20 seconds. Dahlberg saves it again. 6-on-4. Then Dahlberg standing tall. "17 minutes to go. Or 17 seconds to go, excuse me, a 2-goal game. Williston with an empty net. Carter Suki racing down, trying to put this one away, and another one on the scoreboard. 3 seconds will not change the score, but the result will stay the same. The Williston Coyotes are going dancing as they are headed off to the WDA tournament to take on the defending champs and the #1 seeded Minot United in the opening round. Oh, what a hockey game. Hats off to both these two teams for an incredible effort. Williston saw the floodgates just start opening up a little bit, saw the gates open, and they flooded in 3 goals at the 13:45 mark, the 2:03, and the 11:39 mark left in the third. 3 goals with around 2 minutes from the first to the last one. Outstanding performance. And that is good enough to give them the 3-1 victory. Well, let's wrap things up and take a look at some highlights, as well as let's see who our Sport Clips MVP of the contest is when we come back for the Charbonneau Car Center post-game show. Don't go anywhere.
We started with small beginnings, and just like the visionary entrepreneurs we serve, we turned an idea into reality. PNC National Bank, where possibilities begin right here at home.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Sometimes life gets messy and accidents happen. So when life gets messy, ServPro's ready. Call ServPro of Minot, Bismarck, or Williston today.
Every football fan has their Sunday routine. Maybe it's setting your lineup, firing up the grill, or claiming your spot on the couch. But the center of every Sunday is the drive. The morning drive home before kickoff. The drive to your buddy's watch party. Wherever you're headed, we can take you there.
At Planning Team Financial Advisors, we help individuals create their personalized strategies. We specialize in financial planning, retirement planning, insurance, and 401k distribution options. Don't leave your future to chance. Call Planning Team Financial Advisors today for a free retirement review. Planning Team Financial Advisors, your plan, your future, your team.
Welcome in to the Charbonneau Car Center post-game show. What a hockey game. That's all I've got to say. What a hockey game. And that's the end of the post-game show. No, what a game. I mean, Williston, Dickinson, every time these two teams play, you know you're going to get a close game. You know you're going to get a really, a physical, fun, emotional, intense hockey game. High energy, fans getting into it. And that's what you got. Shout out to the Williston fans. I think how loud they got in front of us here in this section that we were in. And once Williston scored that first one, they erupted, and I feel like that energy translated over to that Williston bench. They got fired up. You could see it. They were fired up. The fans were fired up. And then, boom, they rattle on 2 more goals. Just like that, a game that was scoreless for the first 37 minutes of it. And you blink, and now it's 3-0, and Williston's in the driver's seat. I thought Dickinson did a really good job of trying to come back into this game, get one, but you knew it was going to be a tough kind of uphill climb. When you fell behind, whoever was going to score that first goal was probably going to have too much momentum, and you knew there was not going to probably be a lot of goals with this one, especially how well Roars and Dahlberg played. But Williston picks up the 3-1 win. Let's take a look. I have some highlights for you on the screen as we talk about this one. As we mentioned, it was pretty much as dead even as you could get. First period, 12 shots apiece, and it was a 0-0 hockey game. Some fantastic saves by Dahlberg, some fantastic saves by Roars. There you see one by Dahlberg right on cue. Second period, a little bit less shots. Both teams were at 12 shots in the first. Second period, Williston had 8 shots. Dickinson had 7, but Dickinson had probably the best opportunity or chance to score. And yes, it was a puck luck chance, but hey, any way you could score, and Dickinson almost scored on a very odd goal that I'll try to point out to you, but it was Dylan Gross just trying to buy some time and plays it off the boards, and kind of almost misread by Dahlberg. He went out to go get it. It hits off the boards and almost goes right into his crease. So lucky for him and the Coyotes, it hits the post and keeps that at that point a 0-0 hockey game heading into the third period. And the third period to start was all the Coyotes. 3 minutes into the period, Blaze Maher scores assisted by Nicholas Bender, and that is when the Williston faithful got rocking. The Williston bench, the Williston players, they were feeling it shortly after. There's that incredible save as we showed there for Dahlberg, but again, just fantastic back and forth play there. But Blaze Maher opens this game up, gets a goal, and then shortly after, a $1:30, a minute and a half later, Jackson Lupke gets one, even strength, assisted by Jason Rustin and Gavin Douglas. And shortly even there, less than a minute later after that goal, Isaac DeSoro picks up one unassisted. And that DeSoro goal was absolutely I mean, lights out. He misses his first shot. Initial save by Roars, who blockers that one right back into the direction of Soro, and he goes right back at it, fires one, and makes that one a 3-0 hockey game, and almost puts this one away at that point. Rylan Becci-Vilas, a minute after the DeSoro goal, gets one back for Dickinson on the power play, assisted by Rylan Miller and Parker Roars. The goaltender getting his second assist on the season. As there's the first one, Blaze Maher. There's the excitement from the crowd. Put the hands up, and Maher making it 1-0. There it is, second goal coming your way. This one from Jackson Lupke, assisted by Jason Rustin and Gavin Douglas. Beautiful cross-crease pass and find by Rustin. Lupke buries it, and then Isaac Tesoro. Shot, initial save, right back, fill in. It's the old basketball saying, you follow your missed shot. That's what you see there for Tesoro. First shot blocked, goes right back at it. Here's Rylan Becci-Vilas. I mean, good effort, just slides in, fires a shot to the unexpected Dahlberg. Kind of a low danger chance, but able to snipe that one home, making it 3-1. But that is where it would end, a 3-1 hockey game. Dickinson 1 for 1 on the power play. Coyotes were, I believe, 0 for 3. Or Dickinson was 1 for 2, but I guess that second one didn't really expire, so we'll call that 1 for 1 on the full power plays. Parker Roars, .906 save percentage tonight, saved 29 of the 32 shots. But it was Knox Dahlberg's night. Again, we kind of mentioned it, threw out some names of the past in between the pipes. Marc-Andre Fleury, Hendrik Lundqvist-esque tonight. I mean, the 2 times he's played Dickinson in this building at the Charbonneau rink in the West River Ice Center. I mean, I think Dahlberg's saying, I want to play every game here at this rink the way he's played here. 27 for 28, .964 save percentage, a fantastic night for him. Well, it is now time for the Sport Clips MVP of the contest. Sport Clips brings you the MVP of this matchup. They're home with the MVP haircut experience. Nothing comes close to making you feel like an MVP, quite like the MVP experience at Sports Clips. Tonight's Sports Clips game MVPs. Yes, there you go, MVPs. We're going to go multiple today because it was a team effort for Williston to punch their ticket to the WDA tournament. And first off, I think, where one of them's for sure going, it's got to go to Knox Dahlberg. I mean, what a fantastic game in between the pipes for him. Multiple spectacular highlight reel plays. Keep giving them a chance. But also, it's going to go, and he's going to go hand in hand with it, with Blaze Maher. Maher had a lot of good opportunities. He gets the first one tonight, and that first one ignited something for Williston. He scored. Fans got into it. The team got into it, and next thing you know, they rattle off 2 more. That was a momentum-changing goal. You look at they kind of play hand in hand. Dahlberg kept a minute, and then it was, again, Maher with that momentum changer to give them that win here tonight. 3-1. Williston is victorious. And Dickinson sees their season come to an end, but a really good season for Dickinson under their first-year head coach, Chad Miller, improving on their wins from 6 to 8 this year, ending the year with an 8-14 record. Williston will pick up their 8th win on the season. They go 8-13 in the regular season, and they are headed off to the WDA tournament, which I know probably on our social medias here soon. You'll see that Williston Coyote logo right there in that empty spot right by Minot United. That is who they have. They have got a tough task in the first round, but it's not built on the first round of this tournament. We've seen it last year where Botno Rugby loses day 1, but they find the way to state. Williston could see that path, or they could play in a big-time upset and take down the number 1 team and defending champs, Minot United. We'll have to wait and see on that one, but I'm looking forward to that matchup. Again, that's going to be at 10 Central, or 11 Central, 10 Mountain on Thursday. Followed up 30 minutes after, Mandan versus Century. Century coming in on a hot streak. You got to watch out for the Patriots. Mandan have probably the best goaltending duo there in the WDA, so that should be a fun one. Legacy, Botno Rugby, a first-round rematch from a season ago, and 2 lockdown goalies, Hansen, Dieter, going head-to-head for Jamestown versus Bismarck. It's my favorite tournament of the season. I'm pumped, and this game I think maybe even more excited if we're going to get hopefully we're going to get 11 more games that was just like this one, because we'll be in for quite the treat. Again, make sure you head on over and get that postseason pass. It is full tournament, $34.99, or you can go $74.99 and get all 15 tournaments that we have here on the postseason for PSP Plus. Well, what a matchup, and I can't wait. Again, that is coming up on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. WDA hockey on PSP Plus. And again, congrats out to the Williston Coyotes. They're going dancing. They'll play again on that early one at 11 Central. But before we get on to Thursday, Friday, and Saturday and all the excitement at the VFW in Bismarck, well, tomorrow night we have got some WDA basketball. Double headers, Bismarck taking on Dickinson, Minot High, Mandan, St. Mary's Century, and Jamestown and Minot North. A lot of seedings to still be determined as we get closer to the WDA basketball tournament. Well, that is going to do it for us tonight. Big thanks for all of our great sponsors. Big shout out to Minot State, Northern Plains Heating and Air, BSN, Farstead Oil, the Aggie Foundation, Bones Barbecue Sauce, Stevenson's Funeral Home, Florida One Carpet Ceiling, Charbonneau Car Center for bringing us the postgame show, and all of our other great sponsors that have made this broadcast possible. We could not do without you. And a big thanks out for joining us here on this fun Monday night here at the West River Ice Center. Do want to have a big shout out to Guy Fridley as well as Dallas Kuntz for all of their help here in the West River Ice Center here throughout the season for Dickinson hockey. Couldn't have done it well without them. And big thanks out to our camera operator tonight, Zach Sprague. Wonderful job as always. Well, that's going to do it for us in the regular season in this play-in game here for Williston and Dickinson. Williston going dancing to the WDA tournament with a 3-1 win over Dickinson as the 9 seed will take on the Minot United on Thursday. And you catch that on PSP Plus. Until then, have yourself a great rest of your night. Signing off, I'm Brock Widener here in the Queen City.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.